What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog here, and today I have the pleasure to talk again with UFC featherweight fighter, Mr. Sean Woodson. Hello, Sean, and welcome back on Sherdog. How are you?
Hey, how's it? Good. I'm doing great. How about yourself? It's good to be back.
I'm fine as well, and it's good to talk to you again. How are you, Rome? In general, how are you?
Oh, I'm on cloud nine, man. Coming off that big win. Yes, super happy. Just still. I mean, I know it was a week ago, but I mean, I'm still, feeling pretty good from it.
I noticed a lot of food stories on your Instagram feed.
That's how I do every time, man. Yeah, if you've been following me for a long time or even a short time, you know that I'm one of the biggest foodies out there. After my fights, that's my main way of celebrating. Not too big on drinking, not too big on like partying or going out, at all. But food, that's my thing for sure.
What's the tastiest food that you have tried recently?
So right after my fight in Vegas, I went to a place called Pizza Rock. I don't know if you caught that on my story, but yeah, they had some awesome pizza out there, and it was probably some of the best pizza I ever had. So yeah, pizza's always my go-to. I go pizza right off the bat, right after a fight, and then donuts. Pizza and donuts. Those are my two favorites.
And which are your favorite pizza toppings?
Favorite pizza toppings? I'm a deluxe kind of guy. Like, I like it all. I'm not, a picky eater by any means. There's not too many things out there that I won't eat. So yeah, I like the deluxe with the onions, peppers, mushrooms, sausage, bacon. I want the works. I want it all.
That sounds tasty. So I can understand what do you want to. It's been a few months since we last talked. Did you manage to bring your family to Key West, Florida in the meantime?
Yeah. So after my fight against Yusuf, you've been watching me. After my fight against Yusuf, I took we all went on a family vacation to Key West, Florida. First family vacation I've ever been on. I haven't really traveled much outside of just when I fight. So yeah, that was one of my first vacations just for pleasure. And yeah, we had a blast, man. It was so cool. It was so fun.
What did you do?
So there's they had a bunch of they almost had like a strip, not like Vegas, but it's like a more island style strip. And so we went on that for a few days and tried a bunch of different restaurants and some different food that I hadn't had before. We went on a boat trip type thing. We went on two different boat cruise type things where they had, jet skis and you could do some like scuba diving, and they had like these trampolines that were like out on the water that you could jump around on, which were pretty cool. And yeah, outside of that, just pretty much did just the normal, beach islandy stuff. Saw the beach, hung out on the beach, and yeah, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that sounds actually fun, and
so much.
I'm happy that you had such a wonderful time. I believe you deserve it, especially since the fighter's lifestyle, it's pretty demanding and challenging for you. So it's good to have some time to take the load off.
Yeah, it was some much needed. It was some much needed off time. I'm a guy. I don't play around with this sport. This is my life. It's a 24/7 round the clock job for me. And I had been in training camp for like 3 months straight, day in, day out grinding. So it was definitely a nice, much needed break.
You recently stopped Collin Anglin by TKO at UFC Vegas 42. You have generally, a pretty good boxing technique, let's put it like this. But that night, it looked really sharp. Did you work intensively on that during your training camp?
No. I feel like my striking is pretty solidified and ahead of a bunch of guys in this division. So yeah, this training camp I spent the majority of the time, wrestling and grappling every single day. Wrestling and grappling every single day, preparing for him to come in and shoot relentlessly like his last teammate did. So yeah, no, I didn't, my boxing, that's like riding a bike. That's always going to be there for me. I mean, of course I would, still hit pads and still do, the normal training that, a fighter does. But no, I didn't focus on my boxing by any means. The focus was on grappling and wrestling.
And were you surprised when the fight actually, ended on the feet?
No, I wasn't surprised it ended on the feet because, like I said, my striking is pretty much ahead of these guys. But I was surprised that I finished it in the first round. To be honest, if you watch Collin's past fights, he's a dog. He's super tough, super durable, and I definitely anticipated the finish. Was very confident I was going to get the finish, but I didn't think it was going to come till probably. If I had to, I was feeling like the finish would come midway through the second or, in the third round, later on in the fight for sure. That me ending it in the first round definitely was not the way I saw it going.
When did you choose to pick on your opponent's body? I mean, you worked his body for real, and actually the finish arrived. The finish came after a series of punches to deliver. Was there an opening? Did you see an opening in his defense? Let's put it like this.
Yep. Yeah. So I went to the body early with some teep kicks that I seen he didn't react very well to, and I could tell that it bothered him. And then he did a real good job at first of staying composed and kind of hiding it. But the more I went to the body, the less he was able to keep his poker face, and eventually he couldn't hide it anymore, and I knew that he was hurt to the body, and that's when I just really started focusing on placing all those shots to the body.
When did you realize that he was done? I mean, I really liked, that the way you pointed at him, like, I can't go to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something that's just me being me. That's something I do, in sparring all the time. In the actual fight, though, I don't remember making like the conscious decision to do that. It just kind of came out, like I said, just for me being me and that just being something I do. But when did I know I had the fight? Honestly, man, when I first got in there with him, I don't know what it was. And, I'm not trying to, talk trash or be disrespectful, but the moment I got in there with him, I just had this feeling that he didn't want to be in there with me. Usually when I go into these fights, all of us fighters, we're confident. I go in there supremely confident, and a lot, majority of the time I can feel that confidence coming off my opponent. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be, I'm confident. He's confident. This is about to be a dog fight. He's here to fight. This is going to be a fight. But, yeah, from the moment I stepped in that cage and looked over at him, I just didn't feel that same energy coming off of him. I just had this overwhelming vibe that he didn't want to be in there with me. And then as the fight played out, that, grew stronger and stronger. And I just feel like he knew from the get-go that he was outmatched and that this fight wasn't going to go well for him.
The last time we talked, you called out Joshua Culibao. Did the UFC ever offered him?
No. That never really materialized. I called him out on Instagram. I even DM'd him personally. He responded back and said he was down and he wanted to fight. He initially wasn't okay with the time frame that I wanted it, and he asked me if I could do it at a later date. I agreed to his date and told him, yeah, I'm sure, just whatever we need to do to make this fight happen, let's do it. So I agreed to his circumstances, and then I had told him, let's, make a post together. I'll make a post, letting the UFC and matchmakers know we want this fight at said date. And I made my post. He never made his. I hit him up asking him, what's the hold up? Make your post. And then he went ghost on me, stopped responding. And so, I just left it alone. If I get the vibe, the slightest bit vibe that a guy doesn't want to fight me, I'm not gonna pursue it anymore. I want to get matched up with guys that I feel good and I'm confident about that will show up on fight night, and that there won't be any last minute replacements or, none of that short notice stuff.
Okay, it makes sense. So you are not going to pursue, the fight with Culibao right now?
No, I could care less what he does. I'm not, I'm setting my sights on other people.
Okay, so whom would you like to fight right now?
If I could have it my way, I would like to fight Melsick. We both have, common opponent in Collin. He fought on that New York Madison Square Garden card week prior to me, so I figure, I like out guys that, it makes sense, like he just recently fought. We both fought at around the same time, so our turnaround time should be the same. So yeah, I made an Instagram post asking him to fight too, and he didn't respond. And I seen that he was looking at my stories, and I'd let him know that on Instagram, like, I know you see me, I know you're aware that I'm calling you out, and that I want to fight you. But yeah, he didn't respond. He didn't say anything either. That's still a matchup that I really want. That's the matchup I want. But yeah, here pretty soon I'm gonna again, set my sights on somebody else. For whatever reason, not to say that these guys are scared of me or whatever. You never know. These guys could be dealing with injuries, could be dealing with personal issues or whatnot. But I would just, I'd rather them, say something. Let me know, like, hey, this don't work out for me. I'll totally understand. I'm not gonna, bash you or be like, oh, you're scared, you're this, you're that. I totally understand. There's life outside of fighting. You got other stuff going on. So yeah, I don't know why he hasn't said anything, but yeah, that's the fight I want. But pretty here soon, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna set my sights on somebody else.
I also noticed that you took a picture with former UFC featherweight champion Max Holloway. I've been in this business long enough to know how these things end. So I have to ask you here: do you see yourself facing him one day? Would you like to?
I mean, yeah, maybe I would definitely like to. Yeah, he's a legend. I would definitely like to, compete against the best in the world. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this for sure. But it's not like, me. That picture had nothing to do with that. That picture was totally from me being a fan aspect. That dude. I've been a fan of his for a long time. He's super inspiring, super, a good dude. I was talking to him at the hotel. He made time to talk to me, and it was super cool. A lot of these guys that before I got signed to the UFC, just on the outside looking in, I thought were, cool people. But once I got signed and I met them in person, some of these guys aren't how they seem. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys aren't as cool. But yeah, Max Holloway is a solid dude through and through. And yeah, that picture was just from total fan point. And yeah, I just know a lot of media was trying to like spin it as if, I was trying to like, call him out or say, my boxing's better than his or all this and all that. That wasn't the case at all.
So just, to clarify myself, I didn't imply that, it was a calling out, but I've seen several times, up and coming fighters taking pictures with fighters they respect, or, fighters that have accomplished more than said up and coming fighters, and then end up one day they end up fighting their idols. Okay.
Because I'm definitely going to make my way to the top, and I'm, me and Max are around the same age. So, he'll probably still be up there at the top, and he's there now. I'll be there soon. I'm definitely coming to the top. So that matchup, will probably get made at some point, you know what I'm saying? But I know I got a lot of work to do before we get there.
And, boxing wise, striking wise, it would be quite an entertaining fight.
It would be a hell of a fight. It would be a super exciting fight. Like I said in, other interviews, like his fights with Ortega and his fights with Calvin Kattar, where he just completely, took those guys to school with the boxing. And I'd said plenty of times before, I'm not sitting here saying that, I would, I'd beat Max Holloway right now or whatever, but I 100% know for a fact he would not do me like those guys. So when we get there, it's going to be, a hell of a fight for the fans, if that fight ever materializes.
Right now, there is an interesting fight coming soon. Charles Oliveira will attempt to defend his lightweight championship against Dustin Poirier. I'd like to hear your pick for this fight.
That's going to be a good one, man. I'm really excited for that fight. I'm actually trying to get tickets and trying to go there. But if I had to pick, I'm going to rock with Dustin. I think Dustin is going to take that one for sure. Charles is super skilled for sure, but Dustin just he's built different. He's made it something else, and I feel like he can take him into deep waters and get that belt.
What are your plans right now?
My plans right now, enjoy Thanksgiving, which is coming up, enjoy Christmas, and then jump right back on it January, and train super hard January, train hard February. I got a few little injuries I got to get checked out, you know what I'm saying, and hoping there's nothing too serious, but yeah, just my plans for the future is for 2022 to be super active. 2022, I want to have 3 to 4 fights, be super active, and yeah, I feel like with 3 more solid wins, I could definitely crack that top 15 and get a number by my name.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
Share with us today? I mean, not really. I mean, I could, shout out all my people here at home who help me, everybody here in St. Louis. My Jim Woolsden, my strength and conditioning coach, Matt Owen, my nutritionist and chiropractor, who are the reason I can make, 145, Jacob and Katie Shear. They've helped me out a lot and made this journey a lot less stressful. Sub-zero cryotherapy takes care of all my recovery needs. And yeah, just everybody here in St. Louis that supports me. I love them and appreciate it all.
Sir, thank you very much for your time today. Congratulations on your recent victory. Have a wonderful holiday season, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
Thank you, my brother. Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk after the next win for sure. You have a good one, and enjoy your upcoming festivities as well.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too.